Hello to everyone on the interwebs. Chris Haddon, Jason Balin, co-founders of hardmoneybankers.com, rei360.net. And please check us out any previous show on social media, hashtag the REI360 show, which we are doing here live at our office in Columbia, Maryland. Should be a really cool show. Again, we're doing the segment called 3 Surprise Questions.
So if you didn't see this first segment, check back a few weeks ago. We did this. We got really good results from a lot of our followers because we were very candid. We were open with each other. We asked each other 3 questions, and the other person didn't know what the questions were ahead of time, so there was no prep time to get moving on. And there were questions that we were, the other person's answer was very surprising. So we learned a lot from it. A lot of our followers did as well because they're entrepreneurs, they're business owners, they're real estate investors, and there's something to be said about that when you see the experience of 2 investors similar to ourselves that have been in business for 10 years. So we got a great show ahead for you. Check it out right now.
All right, we have some heat for you today. The 3 surprise questions. Please let us know what you think. Comment wherever you happen to be listening to or watching this, and throw out a question of your own or one for us or whatever it might be. Just give some kind of feedback. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Didn't you go first last? Didn't I have to answer the first question last time?
I think so. You want to go first this time?
Yep.
That would be fair.
I think I need to mix up my questions a little bit. I wrote them down. I wrote 3 down just because I think they were good ones, but I'm going to start soft and then maybe get harder instead of just going real hard at the beginning.
Okay.
It may be a little bit easier.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna mix them up. Okay.
A little nervous actually.
What do you think is the best success habit that you practice on a regular basis? Riddle me that.
Off the top of my head, I would say focus. When it comes to like what I do or other things like side things like diet or exercise or whatever, I try not to think about all the stuff that I don't do. Like in the diet example, like I try not to focus on all the stuff I don't eat because that just sucks. Like if you focus on the things that you do eat and like, then it's easy. Or
Good
better.
point.
I shouldn't say it's easy. I think it's better. And apply that to business stuff too. I try to keep in mind all the stuff that I do, and I try not to make them too many things. And I know that repeated actions on the right stuff over time is going to create great results. So like I think about like marketing stuff, which we call top line. I think about finance stuff, which we call bottom line. And as long as I'm doing the right stuff day in and day out, applying focus, results will happen every time.
Yeah, I think that's a good comment because I'll tell you firsthand, like a lot of times I get real stressed out that, we should be doing this, I need to do this. You can't do everything, right?
It's easy to get that way too.
If you really concentrate on what you're focused on and those core things, and you're like, I'm doing this consistently and I'm doing this really well, forget all that other noise. Yeah, in a perfect world, I'd love to do all that stuff too, but I'm doing all this great. Yeah. And I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, I try to keep that in mind. Like this is what I do every day.
Cool.
All right, off and running. Wait, no, I asked you one. Okay, so this is what happens when you do live shows. If you had to rewind 10 years ago and start a company, it could not be a lending company, what kind would you start?
Okay. It would still be, it would just be a full-time real estate investing operation. Although I love the lending side and think, I'm passionate about that the most, and I like so many aspects of that, but since I'm disqualified on that side and I cannot do the lending side, I'd still be a full-time real estate investor.
Doing flips and rentals and all that?
Yeah, doing flips and rentals. When you start back from scratch based on the resources that you have and the knowledge that you didn't have that you have now.
Right.
If I had the knowledge I had now and I started over, I would, I'd probably do more rentals than I would have back then. But when you're just worried about cash and acquiring cash and paying bills, I'd probably jump in and do more flips. And from what I know now, I probably would have done more flips than I should have right off the bat and probably got myself in trouble. So If I was disciplined back then, and I don't know if I would have been, I would have done one deal at a time, got really good at it, honed in on it, and then grew from there.
Okay, good answer. I like that.
Okay, let me give you an easy one, and then the last one will be a little bit more challenging. What, out of all the books that you ever read, what is your favorite one and why? And what did you learn from it that you believe can impact everybody watching or listening to this show?
Okay, business books, I'm assuming, right?
Doesn't need to be. I mean, it could be mental books.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with the 4-Hour Work Week for a couple reasons. One, it came at the right time for us. I think that book came out in 2007, right around the time that we were starting. And the reason why it was so impactful for me and for many people out there is that it just completely flipped what I knew the world to be on its head and showed you that anything's possible, like running a business from wherever or doing it like this, and not adhering to all the norms and making your own reality. And that has really, really stuck with me, and it resonated with a lot of people too. That's why it's a super bestseller and all that. So that's my answer. Number one, 4-Hour Work Week.
I'll take that. I agree. That's
cool.
That's a good option. Good choice.
If you could have a business skill that you don't have, what would it be?
Business. That is a good one. Business skill.
Or something that you would maybe not good at and want to be better at. There's no right answer. You can throw out anything you like. I mean, there's a lot of correct answers, so.
Man.
Stumped him.
You did stump me. A business skill that, and I'm by no means.
Or just something you want to improve.
No, I get it. I'm just trying to think of a good answer because, I mean, obviously I'm not perfect at tons and tons of things. I'm just trying to think of one thing that in the very near future I really want to improve on. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that we talk about that I'm passionate in improving in is really understanding how to underwrite large commercial projects. It's a skill that I don't have a lot of experience with it. We live in the residential investment world, and we've done thousands of deals in this space, and I really would like to understand, how to underwrite and how to invest in commercial real estate. And I'm not saying we would do that or if that works great for our business model, but I would like to have that skill set and that knowledge base to know what's a good asset and which one's not.
Good one.
Cool. Whew. I had to shake that one off a little bit.
That was heavy.
That should have been an easy answer too, and it wasn't. I don't know why. I was thinking deeper because I was thinking more business skill than.
Right.
But okay. What is the one thing that you do not like doing on a regular basis? Something that you are responsible for and you have to do daily, at least daily or at least weekly, I would say. Okay. But something like on a regular occasion you have to do and you just don't like doing it.
This is an easy one for me. And you're probably going to know this one.
It can't be something related to transactional work.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That just screws up the whole question.
No. No.
Can I give you my first answer, and then you tell me if it's wrong, and I'll go again?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's multiple choice or something. Okay.
Maybe I should rephrase the question.
Fortunately, I'm allergic to administrative work. It hurts me physically when I have to do it. I can't pay attention to it, like I get like ADD, and I can't do it, which becomes a benefit because I can definitely focus on the important stuff. A lot of people will get caught up in like just office stuff and clerical things and everything else. I have to get rid of that because I can't physically do it. So there's pretty much one thing I have left, and that's doing filling out some forms for clients to move some of their investment funds around. That I have never delegated that. I held on to that. It's absolutely clerical. It's not a good use of my time in my position. It's not. And I still have that. I've not gotten rid of it. It hurts me when I have to do it a few times a week, and that's where we are. That's my answer.
Okay.
Is that acceptable to the audience?
Yeah, I should have taken that one notch heavier.
You can do it. You can.
No, that's all right. We're going to stick to our 3 questions. We're going to stick to the time. And
hey, there's always
and you know what? That's probably a better learning experience for a lot of people, anyways, related to it. I mean, if I went a little bit deeper, it wouldn't have applied to that much of our audience, and I think that's important because a lot of people catch themselves, doing things they probably shouldn't be doing.
A lot of people get caught in that.
It's good that
it's
good that you're allergic to it and you just can't do it because you may break out in hives or
I lucked
disaster
out in that regard. Being allergic to administrative work is
fair enough.
Yeah, very fortunate. Feel fortunate. All right. Let me preface this question. We use the term snowball a lot. For the most part, it means an investment that grows on its own, just to keep it simple, a simple definition. Second part of the preface of the question is that here at our lending company, we lend funds of our own alongside all of our investor clients. So we each have lender accounts. Now's the question. Besides your lender account, what is your favorite snowball? What is favorite snowball number 2?
Am I keeping this as a financial snowball? Because I think that's a big thing.
Let's go with the financial snowball because it could be other stuff like database and
because of
followers, anything that can grow like that. Let's keep it financial snowball.
Yeah, my favorite non-financial one is our email database.
Right.
I think that's super valuable to anybody. So nothing related to lending.
Just not your lender account.
What about self-directed IRA? Am I allowed to use that?
Yeah, you can use that.
Because that's technically a lender account.
No, you can use that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that using our self-directed IRAs to get into investments is a big short-term and long-term snowball. Now, we can't invest in our own deals, unfortunately.
Right.
Legally and unfortunately, but with that, we have to get creative of what we can invest in. So if we're investing in another lender's notes or investing in buying a rental property in that or investing in a business with it. So there's a lot of things I still can use that for. But maybe one of the reasons my favorite snowball is because it makes me become more creative and look outside the box into other types of investment vehicles, knowing that my favorite investment vehicle, which I'm the most passionate about, I cannot invest in. So, we've invested in notes from other companies, bought properties with it. You can buy stocks with it. I can pretty much do whatever with it. And like we were talking about earlier today, I'm not putting all my eggs in that snowball or in that bucket or in that self-directed IRA of other different retirement accounts because I know that because I'm getting creative with this one, it could be a little bit more risky.
Could be a little more aggressive.
I may be looking for some home runs with it, but I think long term it's going to end up being probably my most profitable and one of my favorite snowballs / buckets because I'm going to invest in things with it that I wouldn't ordinarily do.
That's a good one. I like that, and I'd probably agree since I'm doing the same thing, obviously. Yeah, good stuff. Think about your snowballs, just things that are growing. It's what really, really moves the needle over time, and that's why you'll hear us repeat that frequently. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. We spit out our 3 questions. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of it. As always, we really, really, really appreciate you watching, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you have. If you could comment below, that would be great. Share it, like it, no matter where you're watching or listening to it. We certainly appreciate it. And
you can throw out a question for next time, too. We can always address that.
Always looking for topics.
We'll be looking around.
Always looking for topics for new shows. So
feel free to ask whatever you like.
We've done close to 60 shows now, and we're going strong, and we're continuing to commit to them every week. So until next time, check us out.